carefree days of doing whatever you want, whenever you want. Retirement. You've dreamed about it, but have you planned for it? Don't put it off any longer. Turn to an agent you know from State Farm, the company you trust, to help you with annuities, health insurance, IRAs, and rollovers. Call me, Earl Thompson, today at 281-893-0550, providing insurance and financial services.
Personnel to staff your organization. It's a difficult assignment in today's job market. If this is a challenge for you, then call Metter Staffing Services. They've been assisting Houston area employers for over 43 years in locating all types of personnel, ranging from entry-level administrative candidates to CEOs, and virtually every other job category to meet your employment needs. Join the Metter Staffing conversation online on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Call 713-941-0616 today. Metter Staffing. They know the people you need to know.
Bottom of the fifth inning as we come back to Cougar Field here on the UH campus. Lonnie King, Jay Darnell, and the whole crew with you this afternoon. Glad you're along for the ride. Cody Criswell leads it off here in the bottom half of the fifth inning, and Kempner now back down by 2 runs again, and Brosh out there delivers strike one to the right-handed hitter. 3 hits aside now as Cy Ranch came up with a pair of hits in the fifth inning that produced a run. Pitch misses low and away to Criswell.
Wonder if Brosh will be a little bit more aggressive now, throwing the ball across the plate wise with a 2-run lead rather than just a 1-run lead.
High pop out behind second base. Stark calling it off. Well, now the center fielder comes in, and Martin calls off Stark for out number 1.
And that's his play. That's a good call. But what you like to see there, what was the good thing, was all the communication. You get into trouble when you don't communicate in the field, and 2 guys think they're going to get it, and that third guy comes in, running in, and knocks into them. Bowling pins knocked around.
Nathan Lindemuth steps up, and he takes a strike outside corner. And Brosh, this has been the difference in the 2 pitchers. Brosh is starting out hitters with the strike, and Williams has been falling behind a lot of hitters in this game this afternoon. There's a pitch, strike 2 called outside corner again. 0-2 the count to the right-handed hitting catcher.
And you talked about first pitch strikes. And getting ahead is so important. Out of the 17, I believe, guys that Slaughter faced, there was 14 or 15 first pitch strikes.
Popped up foul, stays alive, does Nathan Lindemuth.
Getting ahead in the count is so important for a pitcher.
Well, and what generally happens there is you wind up throwing fewer pitches when you get that first pitch over for a strike. We saw last night Slaughter, as that one just misses off the outside corner, but that was a purpose pitch. Slaughter, I think, just threw 56 pitches in 5 innings last night. Here's the pitch. And Lemoyne again trying to help his pitcher out there, but the count goes full.
Now that was on Lemoyne because the pitcher hit the mid exactly where Lemoyne put it out, but he put it out too far.
3-2 pitch. Reaching out, not wanting to take a chance on that one being called a strike. Lindemuth a little defensive, but he stays alive. 3-2. Ready to work again. Brosh delivers, fouled off again, and Lindemuth spoiling some pretty good pitches here, and he stays alive, still has a full count here with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth, and his team trailing Cy Ranch by 2 runs. Ready to work. Brosh kicks and delivers. Popped up. Out behind second base. Coming in is the right fielder, and he's there. Zach Smith makes the catch for out number 2. A couple of shallow fly ball outs here to start the 5th inning.
Yeah, but once again, you see the communication. Stark running out there. Smith calling him off. So there's not a collision. Well, I tell you what, if Brosh gets through this inning, you could not have asked more. If you're John Pope, you could not have asked Brosh to do more than he has so far, giving up only 1 run through 5 innings if he can get out of this.
Here's the pitch. Shot out into right field. That one's going to get out and drop in for a hit. Trace Frick, 1 for 3 now after a couple of flyouts. He gets a base hit. Comes with 2 outs here in the 5th inning. 4th hit of the game for Kempner. And here's Jordan Hong.
You know, and these guys, they've been getting out. These are guys that hit 400 during the season. Frick was right at 398. Cy Ranch has done a very impressive job, just like Cy Creek did last week.
Somewhere Israel De Los Santos, the head coach from Clements, is going, see, we told you. Those guys are pretty good. There's a pitch that misses low. Ball 1 to Jordan Hong.
So what do you think the key has been to make this postseason run when they only finished up, 3rd in district?
Well, there's the drive out into the gap in right center field. That one's going to split the outfielders and roll maybe to the wall. It's going to be cut off by Martin. Around third, coming home with the second run of the ball game is Trace Frick, and Hong is on at second with a double. So the little right fielder drills one to the gap in right center field and brings home run number 2, and now they get that run right back.
Boy, that ball tattooed to right center field, right in between. He goes shopping at the gap, and he buys a 2-bagger.
Gotta put that one in the cliche book.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thanks.
Well, that we'll see. Here comes a visit to the mound for Brosh. They've had Bragg loosening up the last couple of innings, and he's standing in front of the dugout like he's ready to be called on here. And that is going to be it for Zach Brosh. So we've got a call to the bullpen, and it's going to be Zach for Zach, and Brosh will be replaced by Bragg. And we'll tell you more about it when we come back. But while we've got this call to the pen, let's take a break. You're watching the Region 3 5A Championship Series presented by Texas Emergency Care Centers and Fabinco on FoxSportsHouston.com.
Life is a road you travel with many destinations, like college for the kids, a new house, and retirement. I am Earl Thompson, your neighborhood State Farm agent, and I can do more than ever to guide you with a State Farm insurance and financial review. You'll get a clear picture of where you stand now and a way to help you plan for where you want to be. Visit me on the web, earlthompson.biz, to schedule your free insurance and financial review. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union, and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Left-hander Zach Bragg out there loosening it up for the Cypress Ranch Mustangs. The potential tying run is out at second base. Jordan Hong just doubled home Trace Frick to make it 3-2. And Connor Takel is ready to be the first batter to face the lefty. Lefty versus lefty here. And that might have been why coaches decide to make the move here and take Brosh out of this game. He did look like he was starting to labor here in the 5th inning, Jay, and looked like he was starting to struggle. So he might have been in this warm afternoon air at the end of his rope, and coaches want to try and preserve this lead and get this one in a sweep and not have to go to that game 3. You can understand the move here.
Yeah, Brosh's final line, 4 2/3 inning pitch, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 20 batters faced. But, of course, that runner on second is his as well.
Left-hander Bragg starts off Takel with a breaking ball outside, 1-0. 2 outs in the inning. Got a couple of fly ball outs to start this inning before Frick singled and Hong doubled him home. Pitch is swung off, fouled off. Third base side. That one's going to get up and out of the stadium here.
As I told you, Bragg has a 2.13 ERA on the season, 3-0 in 8 appearances.
1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch is bounced to the third base side. That one's going to
Very
roll
smart
foul.
choice by Bragg. He allowed that ball to continue rolling instead of just picking it up because he knew it could have that possibility to spin foul and then pick it up.
He and Mansour are having a little chat on the way back to the mound. You wonder if Mansour, because it looked like Bragg was thinking about picking that one up, and you wonder if Mansour was talking to him saying, don't touch it.
Don't you dare touch it.
Ball and 2 strikes on Takel. He likely would have beaten that one out had it stayed fair.
I was just bragging on Bragg, but maybe Mansour had a little bit to do with that.
Pitch misses just outside, 2-2. 72 on the gun that time. Takel waits. Bragg checks second, and there's a ground ball through the right side into right field. Around third, coming home, Hong, the throw is high, and he is in with the tying run. Takel with the ball behind the backstop's going to make it all the way over to third, and we've got us a brand new ball game. Connor Takel, RBI single, and on the throw to the plate, a little bit high into the third base side, skipped off the glove of Lemoyne. We'll watch it again.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there, going down to get it. It's just a poor throw. Way over the catcher's head, and honestly, if it was a good throw, well, if it was a perfect throw, he would have been out. It would have taken a perfect throw instead, over Lemoyne's head, the catcher, and that allowed him to advance over to third. So now you're just one more base hit or pass ball or something away from losing the lead.
Well, that'll close the book on Brosh. That run will be charged to him. He can't get a decision now. Taccolini drills one into center field, but it's going to hang up for Martin, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. But after 2 outs in the inning, single, double, single, produces 2 runs. And at the end of 5, we're all knotted up, 3-3, headed to the 6th on FoxSportsHouston.com.
Are you a fan of Demoisier?
Demoisa who? Okay, you know you're smart. You just ordered a premium roast coffee and a savory sausage McMuffin for only $1 each off McDonald's dollar menu at breakfast. So he has a certain je ne sais quoi.
If safety is your goal, Fabinco is your gate. Fabinco, the world's leading manufacturer of self-closing safety gates.
Top half of the 6th inning, tie ball game now. And Tate Williams with new live heads back out to the hill in this tie game. And the first batter he faces is the designated hitter, Dalton Stark. Dalton and Bryce are brothers, by the way. We haven't mentioned that fact yet. But Williams starts Dalton off with a ball and then a one hopper, a big hop out to Laverne at first base. He fields the position at first as well as anybody in the area that I've seen at first base this year. And he goes to first unassisted on that one for out number 1. Stark is retired, brings up Dalton Lemoyne, the catcher. He is 0 for 1, but scored a run after walk. He came home to score on that error on the throwback to the pitcher. And he bunts this one foul. Came in on his fist, and he tried to get the bunt down. Shoots it off to the first base dugout for strike 1.
I honestly don't know how he got a bat on the ball right there. I think it would have hit him if he didn't.
If he hadn't swung, you're right.
Of course, it would have been a strike, though.
Breaking ball fouled off into the screen, first base side, and you can see that rally looks like it may have pumped a little new life into Williams here. He's getting that breaking ball over now. He's ahead in the count 0-2, ready to work. Rocks into the motion and delivers high, ball 1.
Yeah, that fastball was consistently 80-81, and now the last couple times 82 and 83. So
pitch swung on and missed. Lemoyne in the dirt, and Lindemuth tried to outrun him up the line, but gives up and throws to first instead. Strikeout, and then 2-3 on the put out for out number 2. That is just for Williams, I believe, the second strikeout of the ball game here in the 6th inning, and it is. And Justin Mansour steps up.
Mansour only 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to the shortstop and then reached on that error.
Rolls one to Takel. He goes to the backhand side, dives for it, keeps it there, but won't have a play. That'll be a base hit. Three errors in this game for Kempner. They had 3 errors in last night's game as well. But now Cy Ranch in the top half of this inning, an error charged on the throw. They've got a couple of errors in the ball game as well. So neither team has been stellar defensively, although we've seen some good defensive plays at times in this series. Here's the first pitch to Bryce Johnson with a runner on and 2 outs. He takes it low for ball 1, or check it 1-0. Johnson, a right-handed hitter. Williams looks right at first base as he delivers the pitch. Shot foul down the first base side.
So you mentioned you think they brought in their Game 3 starter, who you assume that they'll throw in that Game 3, Cy Ranch that is. So do you think they will trot him back out for this next inning?
Well, I think I do think they will bring him back out, but I think what Cy Ranch is thinking is we're going for the kill now. That pitch hits the bat. That is a strike.
Yep.
As Johnson was ducking out of the way, and he left the bat up behind his head.
Yeah, you're taught as a player, if you're having to duck or get out of the way, to drop the bat. That way, if it hits it, it's not a strike.
I've just noticed we've got some umpires in the stands. I don't know if those guys are here to heckle or if they're here as reinforcements. But all 3 teams out there today have some fans cheering for them. 3-3, and there's a pitch in the dirt. That one skips away from Lindemuth. He doesn't know where it is. Laverne has to come in, and he'll pick it up. But there's another pitch that gets away and allows the runner to move up. Mansour into second base.
You know, those are not high school officials.
No, those are.
You know, the only thing I think of is that they are here to possibly umpire the Rice series.
I was going to say there's a regional going on over at Rice. Maybe they got the wrong address. Eric Folkerts, the pitching coach for Kempner, is going out to talk to Williams, and he was very animated in his brief but demonstrative
Very brief, man. He's
appearance.
on the brisk back to the dugout.
Tell you what, Eric is a colleague of ours during football season, but he's not going to set any land speed records getting back to the dugout.
I've never gone there. I take my sweet time.
Coach, you got to slow down. Pace yourself.
Man. Speed racer. As long as he skipped over that white line, though, and didn't touch it.
We kid him because we love him, folks. 3-3 ball game. Here's a pitch to Johnson. He stays alive, fouls that one back into the screen. I think probably he was probably trying to make sure that Williams' focus was going to be on this batter at the plate here with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the inning. And now a runner in scoring position. This is a brand new ball game, and you don't want that guy to come in from second. And here's the pitch. Johnson shoots a foul. He's doing a good job of staying alive up there with the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Monsieur takes his lead away from second. Nobody really holding him on out there. Here's the pitch to the plate. Breaking ball up and in. Fills it up at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
After getting those 2 quick outs, you sure would like for Tate Williams to get out of this jam in a hurry and not continue to rack up even more pitches.
3-2 on the way. Chopped out to short. Big hop for Takel. He throws across. Laverne picks, and that retires the side. 6-3 on the put out. And a 2-out single and a wild pitch does not blossom for Cy Ranch. 3-3 ball game headed to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching it on FoxSportsHouston.com.
The Texas Emergency Care Center. We're a licensed freestanding emergency room open 24 hours a day, every day. Whether it's a broken bone or chest pain, the doctors and staff at Texas Emergency Care Center specialize in emergency medicine. We're ready and waiting, so you don't have to. At Texas Emergency Care Center, you'll be seen in minutes. We're open 24/7 in Pearland, Cypress, and Atascocita. Find us online at txercare.com.
And you just saw the promo for Legacy Sports Network, and these FoxSportsHouston.com broadcasts are Legacy Sports Network productions, and the Legacy crew is all here this afternoon. We want to remind you to like us on Facebook. Check out our Facebook page, Legacy Sports Network. Look it up. Like us. Leave us a message while you're there. Let us know where you're watching from this afternoon. We'd love to hear from you. Had the largest crowd, of the season this year last night, and we're probably adding to that, although we don't have the numbers in yet, but we will get those and have those. We appreciate you being out there, though. Left-hander Zach Bragg back out there to start the bottom half of the 6th inning, and he will face Alec Laverne, the number 5 hitter in the Kempner lineup. And he starts him off with a strike, 0-1, the count to the right-handed hitting first baseman, who's 0 for 2 today. Bragg kicks and delivers. There's a fly ball out into center field. It's carrying, but Martin's got a good read on it, and he gets back in time for out number 1. 3 fly ball outs today for Laverne.
Yeah, who has been really hot so far here in the postseason. Not today, though. Well, I'm sure he's hot with his 95-degree weather, but not swinging the bat.
Duszek steps in. Walked his last time up. Struck out his first time. So 0 for 1 officially. had a hit in last night's ball game, 1 for 2, so 1 for 3 in the series with a walk, and he swings and misses there. Bragg registered 77 with that pitch. 0-1 count. Here it comes to the plate. Misses low and outside.
Yeah, I think that 66-mile-an-hour curveball just broke a little bit too far outside.
Bragg ready to work again. There's a looper out over shortstop, but it's going to carry out to Martin. And that's the second fly out to center field here in the 6th inning. 3 fly ball outs, in fact. The fly off the bat of Taccolini to center ended the 5th, so 3 in a row now out there to Martin. And he's been a busy man this afternoon. Just checking here.
Yeah, Kopelman's going for the golden sombrero here.
Yeah.
0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging.
Shows bunt, drew the bat back, and it's outside for ball 1. Just looking here at the numbers, 10 of the 17 outs this afternoon have been fly ball outs recorded by Cy Ranch pitching. 7 by Zach Brosh. All 3 outs that Bragg has gotten have been fly ball outs. There's a strike called.
Sure looked like it was coming in faster than 79.
I was thinking the same thing a little bit earlier, not necessarily about that pitch, but one that looked like it came in. I think it registered up around 82. There's a roller by the third base bag, but outside the line.
That fastball there had some movement on it, though.
Well, the UH gun here that's registering this pitch is maybe a little bit slow. You know, they've got the fast guns and the slow guns. This may be one of the slow ones.
Yeah, you know who has the fast ones? All those select team coaches.
Yeah. Roller outside the line at third again. And Kopelman stays alive with a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
They start you off on the slow ones, then say, hey, look what I did. I improved your speed by 5 miles an hour.
Jay Darneal, folks, jdarneal.com. Swing and a miss. Kopelman does have his 3rd strikeout of the ball game, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Zach Bragg here in the 6th inning. So we're headed to the 7th, all tied up at 3 apiece on FoxSportsHouston.com.
One in 6. That's how many struggle with hunger in America. But what if there was a simple way to feed those in need? Now there is. Just buy select brands at Walmart's low prices during April, and you help secure meals for local families. Go to Facebook and learn more about how you can join the fight. Because hunger is a big problem, and it needs a big answer.
That'll staff your organization. It's a difficult assignment in today's job market. If this is a challenge for you, then call Metter Staffing Services. They've been assisting Houston area employers for over 43 years and locating all types of personnel, ranging from entry-level administrative candidates to CEOs, and virtually every other job category to meet your employment needs. Join the Metter Staffing conversation online on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Call 713-941-0616 today. Metter Staffing. They know the people you need to know.
Number 9 hitter Corbin Martin will lead it off for Cy Ranch here in the 7th against Tate Williams. And back to the top of the order. First pitch swinging, line drive into left field in front of Dylan Dusek. And Martin is on with a leadoff single here.
Well, that is exactly what you want, leading off potentially the final inning. Of course, with FoxSportsHouston.com here, you never know what the last inning is. But
well, we can tell you this. Every game we've done in the playoffs so far has had a dramatic ending. So this one will be no different. We can promise you that. And if there's none on the field, we'll make some up. Here's the pitch to Leon Bird. He bunts it up the first base line. It hugged the line for a long time, but
yeah,
Laverne
now that was a good bunt there. Although it went foul, that's exactly what you want to do. Bird saw that the third baseman was charging. There was no way he could the third baseman would have been able to pick it up, throw it over to second to get the force out and get that leadoff runner out. So Bird did the right thing, forcing it down the first base line.
0-1 count. We'll see if he squares around again. He does. And this time he gets another good bunt down. Williams has to field it. He will throw to first in time to get Bird, but beautiful sacrifice bunt. It took a pretty good throw by Williams to make that play. So now the potential go-ahead run is in scoring position. Martin out there at second base, and Bryce Stark.
Beautiful bunt. You see it right there. And like you said, terrific job by Tate Williams. Good thing he's a lefty. Otherwise, that would have been a tough play to make. Now you're just one base hit from regaining the lead and being 3 outs away from moving on. Playing a little small ball, trying to manufacture a run right here.
Stark has a sacrifice bunt, reached on a walk and scored back in the fifth inning. Takes a strike there. Ball and a strike to him. He's 0 for 1 officially. Flied out to center in the third. Williams looks back at second, checking the runner there, delivers to the plate, misses low and outside. 2-1 to count. Now the ball gets away again, and saw a little bit more pep in the step trying to get to that one by the Kempner infielders.
Yeah, not going to get burned twice by it.
Two balls, one strike. Runner out at second. 1 out in the inning. Bryce Stark at the plate, and he takes a strike. He thought that was high.
That was. That's a tough call to take there. Wow.
Evens up the count at 2-2. The Kempner fans differ with your opinion there, Jay.
I'm sure they do.
They thought it was a great call, and now it evens it up, and Williams trying to get out number 2 here. Delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt. Lindemuth.
Yeah, good job by Lindemuth there to block that one. Because if you let a pass ball occur here, you are playing with fire with a man on third and 1 out. Great job defensively by Lindemuth.
Full count. Right-handed hitter at the plate. Ready to work. And swing and a miss. Lindemuth hangs on. Out number 2 recorded, and that's a big strikeout.
Boy, with a full count to have the courage to throw a off-speed pitch like that.
Especially if you've been bouncing them up there all afternoon.
Perfect placement.
2 outs now, and Zach Smith steps up. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. And the pitch misses off the outside corner. Lindemuth sat up outside that time and just missed. 1-0 the count. Swinging a high fastball. He might have swung a ball 2 there.
Yep, couldn't lay off the high cheese.
Trying to bring home that go-ahead run. Smith's already got an RBI back in the 5th inning. Drove home a run with his base hit. And at that time was a little insurance. Made it a 3-1 lead, but in the bottom half of the 5th inning, Kempner came right back with 2 runs of their own and tied it up, and that's where we are right now as we play in the top of the 7th inning. 3-3 ball game. Williams delivers to the plate, chopped out to second. Criswell to first in time. Leadoff single, stranded out at second base. And so we'll go to the bottom half of the 7th. Kempner, after trailing for most of this game, needs a run to win and send it to Game 3. Or are we headed to extra innings? We'll see when we come back on FoxSportsHouston.com.
Fall protection at refinery and manufacturing plant ladderway, platform, and stair openings should always be a priority. That's why Fabenco, the world's leading manufacturer of self-closing safety gates, has been supplying safety gates to their industrial clients for more than 45 years. Easy to install and adaptable for mounting on all types of handrails, Fabenco safety gates are the choice of Fortune 500 companies. If you'd like to learn more about Fabenco's self-closing safety gates, call them today at 713-686-6620 or visit their website at safetygate.com.
Fanatic? Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Bottom half of the 7th, 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for Kempner in a tie ball game. That means Cody Criswell, Nathan Lindemuth, followed by Trace Frick. Throughout the playoffs this year, the bottom of the order has been fairly productive for Mark Jones and the Kempner Cougars. Criswell has a hit today. He's 1 for 2. Lindemuth, though, is 0 for 2. Frick had a big base hit in that 2-run rally in the 5th and scored one of the runs. See how it goes here as they're trying to send this to Game 3, and the pitch comes in low, skips by Lemoyne behind the plate. As Zach Bragg is out there beginning his 3rd inning in relief of Zach Brosh. 1-0 count to the right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Misses low and inside for ball 2. 2-0.
You know, going back to Tate Williams, all 3 of those runs are all unearned.
Yeah, you mentioned this, I think, in between 1.5 innings. They're all unearned, but he had a hand in making them unearned runs.
All E1s, you're right.
That pitch was a strike. It's 2-1 now to Criswell. Here's the pitch. Chopped down the third base line, backhanded by Mansour. A great defensive play, and the long throw across is in time.
Boy, he got robbed right there down the line. Terrific defensive play by Mansour.
So Nathan Lindemuth steps up.
Yeah, watch this one again. Mashed down that third base line. If he wasn't guarding the line there, that would have been an easy base hit.
There's a shot back up the middle and through for a base hit. Over into right center to pick it up is Corbin Martin, and Lindemuth, the number 9 hitter, comes through with a 1-out single. And Coach Jones is calling for a courtesy runner. It's Gavin Tristan again. Lindemuth reached in the 3rd inning on a fielder's choice. It was Tristan who came out to run for him, so he'll do so again. Now, you talked about this back when Tristan was on base before. This is a guy that has some speed and can get a base for you. We'll see.
11 stolen bases and 0 times has he been caught.
So we'll keep an eye on him at first base. Stepping in at the plate is Frick. 1 for 3 this afternoon. Left-handed pitcher looking right at the base runner. There's a bunt out in front of the mound. And Bragg thought about second. Now almost throws it by Dickerson, but he stretches up and makes the play. Sacrifice gets Tristan up to second base. Frick is retired. There's 2 outs in the inning, but Jordan Hong due up.
Yeah, I think that was a very good job by Bragg to look 2 and then go 1.
Well, it worked out earlier in the game. Actually, Criswell was forced at second on a previous bunt attempt by Lindemuth. That's how he reached his first time up. This time they decide not to do it, and that probably worked out in their favor as well. Hong fouls the first pitch back. He had the RBI double back his last time up in the 5th inning. Made it a 3-2 game, and then Takel's single brought him home to tie the game. Kempner fans looking for a base hit right here. Cy Ranch looking to send it to extra innings. There's a pitch low and in the dirt. Lemoyne went down almost onto his chest to keep that one right there underneath him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bragg, long look at second, delivers to the plate, chopped foul. It'll roll down beyond the first base dugout. Ball and 2 strikes. Just past 4 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. Started this one at 2 o'clock. And here's the pitch. Misses low. Ball 2, 2-2. Bright sunny day, very few clouds, high wispy white clouds overhead, but they really haven't provided any shade from the sun, so these guys out there on the field today have been soaking in some rays. And here's the pitch, misses low and outside for ball 3, and so now the count is full, and if Hong reaches base, that's going to bring up Connor Takel, who is a very dangerous hitter for Kempner.
And first base would not be open. You don't want to walk them and force a runner to third, so you're going to have to pitch to Takel, and that's a good thing for Kempner.
Hong's got a 3-ball, 2-strike count on him with 2 outs, and here's the pitch. Breaking ball, ball 4, stayed up. And the abbreviated strike zone for Jordan Hong may have played into that pitch.
Yeah, that was a good-looking breaking ball. Like you said, though, I think just a little bit too high.
So he's on at first base. 2 runners on now with 2 away. And here's Connor Takel.
Still just 1 out away from forcing this into extras.
Lemoyne and Mansour and Bird all come in to talk to their left-hander. Bragg. It's all right there in front of him. Takel at the plate. 2 on and 2 outs. Headed to extra innings or headed to game 3? They bluffed the throw back, and they're trying to fake it. And we saw this. John Pope was an assistant coach for Woody Champagne, and we saw them do this. Actually, it was the Katy Tigers that did this. I'm giving credit to the wrong team. Tom McPherson's Katy Tigers pulled this off in a state tournament. And the reaction from the Kempner fans and Coach Jones.
Yeah, credit to Coach Jones. He was all over it. He made sure that runner did not pop up and start running because he thought about it for a second.
There's a ball low and inside to Takel.
Boy, that fired up this Kempner crowd. I don't know why.
Oh, well, you got to give him credit. I mean, you can't blame Cy Ranch for trying something to send this one to extra innings. If it works, it's a brilliant move. Here's the pitch. Misses outside for ball 2, 2-0. Well, look, I don't want to overstate the obvious here, but if Connor Takel were to be walked here, it would load the bases for Dom Taccolini. We've seen that show. Here's a pitch. Out. No, I started to call that one ball 3, but it was a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, but it's not the 13th inning, though, Lonnie. It's just not the same.
I'm just saying. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same until it gets to the 13th. Pitch misses. Oh, well, no pitch. He turns and throws back. I was just thinking it. We've had Kempner here last week against Cy Creek. Both of those were extra innings, 10 innings and 13 innings in those two games last week. Here's the pitch. Looped out. Diving catch by Bird. And we are headed to extra innings.
What a defensive gem. Leon Bird flashing the leather, getting this game into some free baseball.
Well, for a split second there, it looked like it might be headed to left field, but Leon Bird says not yet. And so we will play on.
Oh, watch this one more time. Unbelievable diving effort by Leon Bird. Robbing of a game-winning RBI there.
Couple of great defensive plays in the half inning. And we will get ready for the bottom half, or check at the top half of the eighth inning here as Tate Williams is back out on the mound. We'll just keep it right here, Jay, as we get ready to go into extra innings. But if it's on Fox and it involves Kempner, it's got to be an extra inning game.
We love our free baseball.
Williams out there to work the eighth, at least to start.
And we're used to seeing starters go more than 7 innings. Both sides of fans are getting into this ball game a little bit more now.
Well, the Kempner fans, you talked about them getting fired up over that fake play, the old hidden ball trick. But that's really the first time we've seen some life out of them this afternoon. It's kind of like they have been stunned all afternoon.
And honestly, it was run perfectly, too. Defensively, they did everything that they were supposed to do. It was just that Coach Jones called it.
There's a ground ball by a diving tackle into left field. And that's a base hit to start off the inning here. And that's Big Derek Dickerson who leads it off with a single. We'll get a pinch runner for Dickerson. And it's Ryan Leftwich, the freshman, that's going to come out and run for Dickerson.
You're allowed one courtesy runner for a position player other than pitcher and catcher once per ball game. And they go ahead and use it here. I think that's a perfect opportunity.
Well, when you got that potential game-winning run, and look, Frick's already in about 30 feet from home plate as Dalton Stark bunts and fouls it straight back. That's an important runner out there, and Dickerson not the fleetest of foot, so you understand the move.
So you would expect this bunt to go down the first base line, which in this case the first baseman has to stay put, so the pitcher has that first base line, so he's got to run to it and make the play.
Drew the bat back like he was going to swing away, and they say no swing. He held up. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, it seemed pretty obvious to me that he pulled it back.
Evens it out at 1-1. Got a pitch count on Tate Williams coming into the eighth inning here. He was at 105 already, so you got to think now the runner takes off early again to throw down to second, and he's retired.
Wow.
Second time that Williams has gotten a runner 1-6-3, and Dickerson's leadoff base hit is erased on the bases. I think I said 1-6-3, 1-3-6 on the putout. Pitcher to first.
That is unexcusable. You cannot get called out on the base paths in extra innings. Unbelievable.
Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Coach Pope is going to be livid in the dugout after that.
Stark, 1 for 3. 1-2 pitch. This is high and tight. 2-2. Stark scored a run in the fourth inning. Singled, stole a base, came around to score on the RBI hit or checking on the error that Mansour reached on. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball there. Gets him swinging for out number 2.
Strikeout number 4 for Tate Williams.
Usually in a 7-inning game, we'll see him get up around 6 or 7, and here he's just not had the strikeout pitch working today. But seems like, and no telling how important those 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th were to his confidence, but it seems like he's settled in the last couple innings.
Yeah, he's gotten better, yeah.
2 outs, and here's Dalton Lemoyne, and he swings and fouls one straight back, 0-1.
He has not lost any velocity at all so far on his fastball, even though he's up over 110 now.
And breaking ball there.
It honestly has a little bit more bite than it did early on.
Maybe he was just so amped up early that he needed a little fatigue to set in. 0-2 pitch. Chopped over the mound. He's going to let Takel make the play. He comes in on the run, throws, and gets his man for the out. Leadoff single, erased on the base pass, turns into a 1-2-3 inning, and we head to the bottom of the 8th, tied up at 3 on FoxSportsHouston.com.
Hooray for mornings and things that make them good. Hooray for beaming smiles that make my day. Hooray for stops and goes. Hooray for colors and quick hellos. Hooray for surprises that walk my way. Hooray for friends I'll make. Oh, hey. Hey. Hooray for treats that make me smile, like magic stripes that fill the sky. Hooray for days that make me say, oh, hooray for today.
Hooray for today, hooray for extra innings. We've got them right here on FoxSportsHouston.com. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Dom Taccolini will lead it off. He had a walk-off grand slam home run last Friday night to win it for Kempner. And his teammates and fans would settle for a walk-off solo home run here. But Zach Bragg is back out there, and now he is getting ready to start his 4th inning of work. He's got 2 1/3 under his belt in relief of Zach Brosh, who started this game. Brosh, a righty, went 4 2/3 and was charged with all 3 runs.
Lonnie, after last week's 13-inning game, you would have thought that I learned my lesson and put at least 13 innings on the scorecard. No, still 10, and I might be in trouble.
No, I kind of understand, though. You got to go. Well, this can't happen twice in 2 weekends, can it?
Looks like there is somebody warming up in the bullpen, but can't catch a number due to the white on that camo jersey. Oh,
that looks like it may be Takel loosening up down there. Oh, that's a double-digit number out there.
It's a 0 on the end. Looks like.
There's Taccolini at the plate, and he takes it for ball 2. He's got a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Bragg looks in for the sign. Full wind up, and there's a breaking ball. Taccolini thought it was low. It comes in there at the knees for strike 2.
Yeah, that had quite a bit of break on that one. Very nice pitch by Bragg.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Rolled to the right side. Over to Pickett is Stark, and he makes the play to first in time to get Taccolini for out number 1. So Dom is now 1 for 4 in this game with a single, and it'll bring up Alec Laverne, 0 for 3, 3 fly ball outs. Right-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. And this one is up and away for ball 1, 1-0. Bragg now has not been as efficient as Brosh was out there on the hill. He started behind in the count to several of these Kempner hitters, falls behind 2-0 with that pitch. But he's still managed to dodge a bullet a couple of times and given up 1 walk and just a couple of hits in his stint so far. That one comes inside for ball 3, 3-0.
You know, I'd be surprised if that was anybody other than Connor Takel.
Yeah, I think
he does have some playoff experience. He's pitched 4 1/3 inning, got a win, and a 0 ERA in the postseason.
And Laverne draws a 4-pitch walk. He is on with 1 out.
Kempner hoping that doesn't even take putting Takel out there. Just end it here in the bottom of the 8th.
And now, just as Coach Pope ran for his first baseman Dickerson in the top half of this inning, I think Mark Jones is going to look for a pinch runner here. Make the one-time switch, and he will. And see, that's going to be Anthony Parker, who's going to run at first base for Alec Laverne. So Parker will be the runner. So they go with a little speed, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Dusek steps up. Reached on a walk. He's 0 for 2 officially, though, looking for a hit this afternoon. Left-handed hitter up there, has a hole with the runner on at first base on the right side of the infield. There's ball 1 to him, low and away.
I think Coach Jones is hoping that a base hit maybe to the right side of the outfield could let that runner reach over to third.
Pitch comes up and in, and that got Dusek in the helmet, and he is down. Don't know if he didn't see that one, but he didn't appear to try to duck out of the way. It was almost as if he was late getting a read on that pitch.
Yeah, good thing it was an off-speed pitch. It's going to hurt regardless, but
well, he's getting some attention, and that one, what happens to you in a situation like that is you're stunned for a minute, and you just taking a few minutes to make sure all the faculties are still there. Yeah. He's up, though, and that's a good sight to see. Now, Mark Jones, though, going to be very cautious, I'm sure, here with Dusek. Wants to make sure he's okay before he lets him go down to first base, and apparently Dusek has convinced him that he is. But now that's a big development as far as this game situation goes. You move a runner into scoring position without a sacrifice. You got 2 on and 1 out now, and Jordan Kopelman due up. You're headed toward the bottom third of the order, though, for Kempner. And Dusek will probably have a bit of a headache in the morning.
Yeah, it's easy to say. Good thing it was an off-speed pitch from up here, but it still hurts.
Well, they're expecting bunt here, and squaring around to bunt is Kopelman. He shoots it foul. Almost looked like he might have been trying to push that one by the first baseman who charged on that.
Yeah, who was charging, you're right. It wouldn't take much.
And that's the danger of charging hard like that, is if the batter at the plate pushes it by you, there's nobody out there to back it up.
Now remember, they do have that second baseman rolling over to first.
Yeah. But if it gets in between the pitcher and the first baseman, it's just going to lay out there in the grass for a few minutes while everybody moves up 90 feet. Now they go back to second. They've got him picked off, and he's out at second base.
Boy, there have been quite a few base running blunders here, and it has cost both teams. Very good defensive play there.
Well, I think in Parker's defense, though, as a base runner, you need some help.
Yeah, and the first time the second baseman rolled over to first, and now this time he rolls over to second and just kind of caught the runner off guard.
And nobody in the...
Now get this, both times there's been a courtesy runner, they've been picked off.
So that'll teach you, coaches. Don't do that again. Let those big guys run.
Or find better courtesy runners. Go dig into the track team a little bit.
Well, I still maintain that Parker's he's thinking that the wheel play is on there and the second baseman is going to go to first. He's got to have somebody from the dugout or somewhere letting him know that second baseman's sneaking in behind him. There's a foul ball off into the dugout. So he's picked off 1 to 4 on the put out there. 2 outs in the inning now, and a runner on at first base is Duszek, who was bopped in the noggin with that pitch from Bragg. He takes his lead away, 1-2. And the pitch to the plate, low and inside. Evens it up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kopelman trying to keep the inning alive now with 2 outs. Cody Criswell in the on-deck circle would bat next. Here's the pitch. Inside again. Kopelman backs away from that one. Fills it up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now with 3-2 count on the hitter at the plate. 2 outs in the inning. Expect to see Duszek maybe taking off with the pitch here. Monster comes over to talk to his left-hander, and here's the pitch. Swung on, rolled to the third baseman. It's off the glove, though, of Monster, and he won't have a play left. Well, we've seen some great defense here, but that one just got away from him. It would have been a tough play, but it was a makeable play, and I would think you got to give him an error on that.
Oh, yeah. Definitely an E5, and that pickoff looming large right here. So instead of bases loaded with only 1 out, it's men on first and second with 2 outs.
And here's Cody Criswell, 1 for 3 today. Single.
Now Bragg starting to rack up the pitch count as well. He's been out there a long time.
Ready to work, delivers inside for ball 1. Well, we've seen some unearned runs come across for Cy Ranch today. In fact, all 3 of theirs are unearned. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Nice looking pitch there by Bragg. Evens it up at a ball and a strike. Lefty comes set. Now he's going to turn back to second base. And Duszek, very aware of what happened to Parker just a few minutes ago, gets back into the bag. But nobody from the middle infield was over to make a play on him. There's a breaking ball that stays outside. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, the Ranch fans wanting that backdoor curve ball to be called a strike, but flat out wasn't there.
2-1 count. Big situation in a tie ball game, bottom of the 8th. A base hit could send us to game 3 right here. There's a foul ball back up into the screen. 2-2 the count.
What a big at-bat right here.
Bragg looks at second. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the infield. Swung at ball 3, and it's going to be caught by Stark for out number 3. And so the inning prolonged just a little bit, but a caught stealing out at second base kind of removes the threat, and that retires the side. Headed to the 9th. All tied up 3-3. You're watching the Region 3-5A Championship Series presented by Texas Emergency Care Centers and Fabinco on FoxSportsHouston.com.
Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union, and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Jobs, or you're an employer needing to hire personnel, then you need to talk with Matter Staffing Services. Matter Staffing has been in business for over 4 decades and is one of the largest staffing services in the Houston area, servicing a national market. Matter Staffing has specialists wanting to serve you in the areas of engineering, accounting, administrative support, industrial, IT, marketing, and many other job categories. They have 7 locations to serve your staffing needs. Call 713-941-0616 and they can direct you to the office nearest you. Matter Staffing on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
Eight innings in the books here at Cougar Field on the campus of the University of Houston. And after 8 innings of work for Tate Williams, we've got a new pitcher on the mound for the Kempner Cougars. It's right-hander who moves in from shortstop, Connor Takel. He came in game 1 of the series last week against Cy Creek and finished out that series in relief of Tate Williams. And so he will take over and work against the bottom third of the order here in the 9th.
Tate Williams only went 8 innings, that's all?
That's nothing. Here's the first pitch. Low and away to the right-handed hitting third baseman, Mansour. And right back inside and low for ball 2, 2-0.
He had to have been somewhere near 125.
Yeah, he was at 105 going into the last inning. Here's the pitch, swung on, chopped foul.
That's a lot of pitches.
Over into the dugout on the third base side.
So did we find out who went into shortstop?
Gavin Tristan is taking over at short, yep. So he's been a courtesy runner, a pinch runner in this game, and now he's entered the game as a shortstop. So Taccolini is batting for him. There's a fly ball out into left field. That one's pretty well hit.
Trouble.
It's carrying, and it is off the wall. Just missed getting out of here. It's going to wind up being a stand-up double for Justin Mansour, and he almost gave Cy Ranch the lead. But instead, he's on with a leadoff double. And a great start to the 9th inning.
Well, you could see exactly where that ball hit. Let's watch it one more time because the ripples in the outfield wall. That was, like you said, just a few feet away from being gone. Right there. Well, right at the O. Very well hit ball. Now, realistically, on paper, there should be no reason why you cannot manufacture a run from a runner on second and nobody out. You bunt them over to third, and then you hit a deep sack fly. Of course, we all know it's a little bit harder than that, but that's what should happen.
Well, that's Johnson's up there, I'm sure, to bunt. Laverne thinks so. He's in about halfway on the first base side. They bunt it that way. Laverne's Going to try and go to third, but back to second is Mansour, and everybody is safe. Well, you really can't fault Laverne, except that maybe he should have taken a peek to see what the runner was doing.
Yeah, he didn't look. He knew exactly in his mind, hey, I'm going to third base with this. Terrific defensive play. He just failed to look at the runner, like you said. That's why you always check the runner, then throw. He got it. As you can tell, he didn't even look at the runner, just sprung up and or spun around and threw directly to third. It was a great throw, but nobody running to third. And is that a hit? I've never seen someone throw it to the wrong bag.
There's a bunt to the third base side. Tackle fields it, long throw. Gets away, and a run's going to come home. Maybe two here. Around third on his way to the plate. The throw is in time. Lindemuth from Criswell gets there. Man, the second man, Bryce Johnson, is retired, but all the way over to third on the play is Corbin Martin. And it's 4-3. Cy Ranch is taking the lead here. And they still have a runner at third base. Watch it again.
Yeah, hey, that was a great play defensively and athletically by Tackle. Good throw, actually. It just hit the foot of the runner and took a crazy bounce over there and allowed that runner to score, and very close play at the plate for that second run.
So now Mark Jones is out on the mound, and he's talking to his infield more than he is his pitcher. He's, I think, trying to set the strategy here. He might have checked with Tackle to see if he wanted to intentionally walk. You know, he's already behind now. Do you set up a force situation here? Do you pitch to Bird? That's what he's got to be thinking about here.
Yeah, I think only one run, you feel confident that your team can score that one run in the next half inning. So at this point, I don't think you walk anybody. You go ahead and pitch.
So they will. The infielder's drawn in, and there's a pop-up. It's going to carry out to the left fielder, Dusek. It's shallow. He's going to have a pretty good look and a throw to the plate.
Wow.
Keeps Martin at third base.
Right on the money by Dusek there.
So that's out number two, and a big out here to keep it right now at a one-run game. And Bryce Stark steps up. So the infield will move back to regular depth here with 2 outs in the inning. But a run is across. Justin Mansour led off with a double. Came around to score on the throwing error by Connor Tackle. Pitch misses inside to the left-handed hitter. It's 1-0. Tackle in the full windup, delivers low and inside for ball 2, 2-0. Just a quick glimpse ahead to the bottom of the ninth. Lindemuth, the number 9 hitter, due up in the top of the order for Kempner as they trail by a run now, and they're trying to keep that insurance run at third base. There's a deep fly ball to center field, backing up on it. Kopelman won't get it. A second run is home, and that's a big insurance run. And the throw gets away from the cutoff man, the relay to third, and he's out. Good job to back it up by, was that Laverne that got over there to make that throw?
I think it was. You know, Cy Ranch could have exploded. They got 2 runs. They could have easily had 4 if Kempner didn't play great defense after those blunders and after that long base hit right there. Watch again. Hammered that ball to deep center field. He got a good jump on it. Kopelman gave chase. Made a terrific play, actually. Threw it into the cutoff. Well, actually, it looked like it went over the cutoff head, and that's what caused that runner to try to go to third. Caught him there. Now, who are they bringing in? That's not the man I thought they would have brought in this situation with a 2-run lead.
What's the number there?
Looks like 21.
All right, well, let's see who that is. We'll get a name.
That's Whitley. They're bringing in Whitley
Jonathan
here.
Whitley, you're right. Right-hander.
Whitley with a 1.64 ERA and 21 and a third innings pitched. Batting average against, that means the opponents, the guys he's throwing to, have a batting average of only 195 when he's on the hill.
So you asked earlier if they had a closer.
Well, I mean, he's 3-1 with 1 save, so in 8 appearances, I don't really think he's a closer, but maybe they feel like he could be a closer if they need one.
Well, he's out there to close this one out. We know that for sure. And the right-hander has loosened it up, and Nathan Lindemuth will be the first hitter he faces, the number 9 hitter in the Kempner lineup. And they now need 2 runs here in the 9th inning to try and keep this thing alive. Or else it will be Cy Ranch who punches their ticket to Round Rock here. Lindemuth is 1 for 3, got a base hit his last time up, and takes a strike there. 0-1 the count. Willie, as Jay said, has a 3-1 record on the season and a save. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, hard breaking ball, overthrew that one a bit, and it goes to the backstop. Ball and a strike. Trace Frick due up second. Jordan Hong. And then if they get that far, the middle of the order, Tacolini Laverne to follow. Here's the pitch. Misses high. 2 balls and a strike. Lindemuth's job for Kempner is just to get on base by any means possible. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, shot by Bird at short into left field. There's a base hit. And the leadoff man reaches. And we'll get a courtesy runner for Lindemuth. And now with Tristan having entered the game at shortstop, the courtesy runner is going to be Anthony Parker again. And so he will take over. No, check it. That's going to be Bailey Ellinger. And so Ellinger takes over at first base for Lindemuth. Second hit of the game for Nathan. And he's 2 for 4 now. Been on base 3 times, though. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd. So the right-handed hitting Trace Frick steps in. He's 1 for 3. Sack bunt his last time up. And the pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Ellinger, a sophomore, over on the bag at first. Being held on by Dickerson. 5-3 ball game. Cy Ranch with a pair of runs in the top half of the 9th inning, trying to seal the deal here on a Saturday afternoon. There's a swing and a miss out in front of an off-speed pitch. 69 on the gun on that one as Whitley took something off. Now they're going to throw over to first base, but Ellinger had not ventured too far away from the bag, so he's back in with a headfirst dive. 1-1 count at the plate on Trace Frick. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of that one. And it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Frick checks up the line with his coach in the box at third. That's Mark Jones, the head coach of this Kempner team. They've had a great season to this point. 30 wins, 5 losses and a tie. There's a roller foul up the third base side. Check at the first base side. One thing we haven't talked about at all this afternoon is the great job that John Pope has done with this young Cypress Ranch program. This is just a program, I believe, in its 3rd varsity season that may be on its way to a state tournament. There's a pop foul up and out of play. John Pope is a longtime assistant assistant coach to Woody Champagne at Cy-Fair High School, was a part of the team, the coaching staff for Woody Champagne back in the 2007 championship season when the Cy-Fair Bobcats won the 5A state title. And then Cy Ranch opened up, and Coach Pope was given the opportunity to get his own head coaching position, so he took that, and here now with the Cy Ranch team in their 4th varsity season, he has brought them to the regional championship series, and it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Trace Frick at the plate, staying alive up there, spoiling a few pitches. 1-2. Whitley looks over the shoulder, delivers to the plate. High pop, right field. Zach Smith trying to measure the sun. He's under it, and he's got it for out number 1. And back to first base, Ellinger. And Jordan Hong will come to the plate. Hong, a left-handed hitter. Big double, RBI double back in the 5th inning. Brought him within 1 at the time he scored the tying run on Takel's hit. He walked in the 7th inning but was stranded. One of 2 base runners that Kempner left stranded in the 7th when Leon Bird made a diving catch of Connor Takel's line drive that sent us to extra innings. Otherwise, Kempner might have put this one away, and we'd be thinking about Game 3 right now. There's a strike to Hong to start this at bat. 0-1. Ellinger, couple of steps. Now he inches further away from first. Delivery to the plate. A breaking ball stays high. 1-1 the count. If Cy Ranch holds on here and comes away with a win, Jay is going to be down on the field to talk to stars of the game. Here's the pitch. Misses high and tight. Ball 2, 2-1. Cypress Ranch into this game with a record of 30 wins and 8 losses. Here's the pitch. High pop-up out into shallow right field. Smith coming in again, calling everybody off. And he makes the catch for out number 2. And now the Kempner Cougars are down to the final out. Trailing by 2, and Connor Takel coming to the plate. Kempner, 30 wins, 6 losses, 1 tie on the season. Best season in school history here under head coach Mark Jones in his 2nd season now at the helm of the program. And he has taken this team farther than any other team in school history has gone for this Fort Bend ISD school. But as the road end here, there's a high pop. Foul territory down the line. 3 players giving it a good look as they hustle down the line. That was more wishful thinking than anything else. That was well out of play down into the bullpen in left field. It's an 0-1 count on the left-handed hitting Connor Takel. Headed to Rice next year. 2 for 3 this afternoon, and the one time they retired him, he was robbed of a hit by Leon Bird that might have won the game in the bottom of the 7th for Kempner. Reached on a walk in the 4th and scored a run in that inning. That was the first run of the game for Kempner. Made it 2-1 at the time. He's up there trying to keep Kempner's hopes alive here, and he takes low and inside. Ball 1, 1-1. Cypress Ranch trying to become the first team since the Cy-Fair Bobcats in 2007 to make it back to the state tournament in Round Rock next week. Whitley to the plate. Called strike 2. Good location. Hit Lemoyne's mitt right where he set up. And painted the black with strike 2, and it's down to the final strike for the Kempner Cougars. And everybody is up in the blue and gold down the first base side. The Players are on the rail, and you hear the noise. Here's the pitch. Swung on, rolled foul down beyond the first base line. And the count stays at 1-2 strikes. Drama builds, crescendos, and they have to start it up all over again down the first base side. Whitley back behind the rubber for a second. Now he steps back up. Looks in, has a sign. 1-2 on the way. Pop foul. Up and out of play over beyond the third base dugout. Takel spoiling some pitches here. Staying alive, trying to keep things still going here for the Kempner Cougars. Whitley, the right-hander. Takel, the left-handed hitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's over. Cypress Ranch will go to the state tournament. The Mustangs have defeated the Kempner Cougars, and it's a 17-5A team that will represent Region 3 next week in Round Rock. As Jonathan Whitley strikes out Connor Takel for out number 3 here in the 9th inning. We'll take a quick break and come back. Jay Darnell will have a couple of the players and maybe Coach Pope as well when we return. You're watching it right here on FoxSportsHouston.com.
Open a Texans checking account with First Community Credit Union, and you could win a trip to the big game in New Orleans. Just visit TexansChecking.com and open your account. Signing up is easy and free. You'll get a customized Texans debit card. And best of all, you could win a trip to New Orleans for the big game or other great prizes like trips to Texans road games and the 2013 draft in New York City. Be a fanatic. Visit TexansChecking.com and sign up for your chance to win. First Community Credit Union, the official credit union of the Houston Texans.
Protection at refinery and manufacturing plant ladderway, platform, and stair openings should always be a priority. That's why Fabenco, the world's leading manufacturer of self-closing safety gates, has been supplying safety gates to their industrial clients for more than 45 years. Easy to install and adaptable for mounting on all types of handrails, Fabenco safety gates are the choice of Fortune 500 companies. If you'd like to learn more about Fabenco's self-closing safety gates, call them today at 713-686-6620 or visit their website at safetygate.com.
Qualified personnel to staff your organization. It's a difficult assignment in today's job market. If this is a challenge for you, then call Metter Staffing Services. They've been assisting Houston area employers for over 43 years in locating all types of personnel, ranging from entry-level administrative candidates to CEOs, and virtually every other job category to meet your employment needs. Join the Metter Staffing conversation online on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Call 713-941-0616 today. Metter Staffing. They know the people you need to know.
Back at Cougar Field on the campus of the University of Houston, 5-3 our final score. Cy Ranch is moving on to the state tournament. Let's go down to Jay. He's got a couple of the key players from the weekend for the Mustangs.
That's right, Lime. Now joined by Grant Slaughter and Leon Bird. Leon, first to you. Well, you made a terrific diving defensive play there. I think that really changed the game for y'all.
Hey, we had two outs, man on first and second. I mean, the only thought in my mind when the ball went in the air, I got to catch this from my team, so it's happened to catch it.
You had a couple of base hits, too. Pick one of those base hits and tell us kind of what was going through your head during that play.
Tate's been a very good pitcher for them all year. Left-handed, I'm thinking the ball's going to tail away. I'm looking at Oppo. He gave me a good pitch outer half. I went Oppo with it, so it just kind of worked out that way.
Leon, you're going to the state semifinals. What are you thinking right now?
Really nothing. My mind is just blank. I'm exhausted from the game. I know both teams tried very hard. But I mean, it's a great feeling to finally get what you wanted to do. So,
Thanks for the time, Leon.
thank you.
Now joined by Grant Slaughter. Grant, you were the Game 1 winner. All I can say is total domination. 5 innings, no walks, 2 hits. What were you doing there?
I mean, I know Kempner's a good team. I just try to keep the ball low, just try to hit my spots, Good things were happening. Defense was working. Even the bats were there. So came out, did our job, 10-0 shutout.
Well, now you were in the dugout, obviously, for Game 2 because you're not playing the field anywhere. Tell us what was going through the dugout there in those last couple of extra innings.
I mean, our first time to playoffs, we're going to state. I'm speechless. It's crazy. My heart's beating. I don't know what to say, honestly. It's it. We're here. We're going to Austin.
All that hard work finally paying off, going to the state tournament. I know a couple of teams are there already. A&M Consolidated, Corpus Christi Carroll, they've been there before. But talk about what Ranch is going to bring to the state tournament.
I mean, we work hard, and that's what's paying off right now. That's what's going on, and we're going to go in there. We're going to try to take a championship. I mean, since day one, that's what it was about, and that's what we're trying to do.
Congratulations on that Game 1 performance.
Thank you.
Lonnie, back up to you.
Well, let's keep it right here, Jay. We'll put a wrap on it. But, man, what a performance by the Cy Ranch Mustangs. Talking about it in the bottom half of the 9th inning. And, we didn't really talk about it a lot, but what a great job John Pope has done with this 4th-year varsity program. He's already got them in the playoffs. As you heard Grant Slaughter say, the first time they make it to the playoffs, they're going to the state tournament and have an opportunity to play for a Class 5A state championship. They will go to 31-8. They will play one more weekend. And for Mark Jones and his team, their season will finish up at 30 wins, 7 losses, and 1 tie. And that's going to put a wrap on it for this afternoon here on FoxSportsHouston.com. For Jay and for the entire crew that brought you this one, I'm Lonnie King, and we appreciate you being a part of the broadcast this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you down the playoff road. Check out LegacySportsNetwork.com to see where we'll be next week for the state tournament, and watch FoxSportsHouston.com for all the action right here in the UIL State Baseball Tournament coming up next week. Till we see you then, I'm Lonnie King for the entire crew that brought you this one. 5-3 winners today for Cy Ranch, and they move on to the Class 5A State Tournament. Congratulations to them, and we'll see you